how to lose fat and actually keep it off. Now, let's address the first part of the title, which is how to drop body fat. Listen, there is a difference between losing weight and losing body fat, all right? Losing weight means just losing mass, losing fat, but also muscle, etc. We don't want that, okay? When I talk about dropping body fat, I'm under the expectation here that you are in the gym and trying to build muscle and trying to retain muscle, all right? We want to lose the body fat, but also have some muscle to have an aesthetic physique. Please do not think that you can just drop body fat and your physique is going to look amazing. Of course, if you're 600 pounds and you go down to 200 pounds, you're going to look a whole lot better, but you're not going to look aesthetic, are you? You just need a bit of muscle, and then when you drop the body fat, you will start looking amazing. Anyway, we want to be dropping body fat. Now, body fat, say you lose a pound of fat, right? That usually doesn't mean you've lost a pound of like actual fat on your body. It usually means, maybe a bit of water weight, maybe a bit of visceral fat, maybe, stuff you can't see inside, you're losing a bit of that. But then some of it or most of it is actually coming off of your body here that you can visually see. So yeah, let's go past that and tell you how to actually drop this body fat. You can do it in multiple different ways. You can, go for loads of runs. You could do a very extreme diet, but everything has one thing in common, and that is a calorie deficit. You cannot break the law of thermodynamics. If you are not eating more than you are expending, so if you expend more energy and you eat less calories, you will lose fat. You will lose weight. So we need to get you into a calorie deficit. The way you can do that in loads of different ways. You could eat a carnivore diet, and because you feel so satiated all the time, and because protein burns quite a lot of calories, you will probably end up in a calorie deficit. You could just track your calories and make sure you're in your calorie deficit because you tracked it. You're 500 calories on your calorie maintenance. The best way to do it is tracking your calories, I personally believe, but you can drop body fat easily in any way, but that's the easiest way, simply put, really. And yeah, first step, track your calories. All right, track your calories. Make sure you go and find out your calorie maintenance, how many calories you need to stay at the same weight, and then go 500 calories underneath it, and you will be in a calorie deficit. Basically, your body is not getting enough calories to stay at the same weight. So what it does is it starts taking from body fat, all right? It has body fat, all of its body, calories, we could say. So say, for example, you're made up of, 50,000, 100,000 calories. When you're in that calorie deficit, your body starts taking calories from itself. It starts burning that fat because it needs to provide energy. When I do this, right, if I'm in a calorie deficit, I'm doing this. My body has to, get this energy from somewhere, and it's getting it from my body fat, all right? Because I'm not giving it enough calories to just get it from my food or something. Obviously, it burns the calories I get from my food, but then because I'm not giving it that much food and I'm expending more I'm doing quite a lot of activity, I need to be taking from my body fat reserves. Now, you could have it all wrong and you aren't eating protein, etc., and your body starts taking from muscle. So muscle and body fat, they are separate things. Whilst they are quite linked, they are separate things. If you are eating enough protein and you're training, it's very, very unlikely, or it's less likely, that your body will take from your muscle and burn that for energy. It's going to take the body fat because, that's what it's there for. Body fat is basically just reserve food on you for, if you think evolutionary times, you're hibernating, etc. The person who has more body fat, they can live for longer because they have more reserve food on them. They have more reserve calories on them. Anyway, dropping body fat, it's easy. Just get maybe 10 to 15,000 steps a day. You don't need to do any crazy cardio. That's why I love this approach, because it's just simply easier. There are harder and easier ways to drop body fat. The easiest way is to just track your steps and get your steps in. No one finds it hard going for a walk unless you're 800 pounds. Then just track your calories. I know you think it's the end of the world. It's not. It's actually really simple. You don't need to have any app. You don't need to have MyFitnessPal. You don't need to have anything like that. All you need to do is find out your maintenance calories, put it into your phone calculator, and throughout the day, just subtract the meals you have, the calorie totals of your meals from that total until you end up on 0 calories for the day. And then next day, it goes back to 2,500, whatever, and you continue and you'll start dropping body fat. I recommend you weigh yourself once a week or weigh yourself every day and find the median weight, the average weight across the week. And yeah, that's it really. You will start to drop body fat and you will start to look amazing. Now, the truth is, dropping body fat is actually quite simple. The hard part actually comes once you've lost that body fat. We want to make sure we keep that body fat off us forever. You know, we want to be at 12% forever. We want to be at 13, 14% body fat forever. We don't want to balloon back up to 25%. We don't want to get fat again because it's unaesthetic and unhealthy. Obviously, to a point, you need body fat on your body to survive. So don't go crazy. Don't go under 10% body fat or anything like that. But yeah, we want to keep it off. How do we keep the body fat off? Well, I personally believe, I personally believe the best way to do this is to continue to track your calories. Obviously, you could just go off of intuitive eating. You could probably maintain your body fat. Say you get to 12%, you've dieted quite hard, and you don't have much diet fatigue. You could probably just eat the real healthy foods, track your macros, make sure you're hitting your protein goals, and eat foods that fill you up, and kind of just eat when you're hungry and be active. You will probably stay at around the same body fat. Me personally though, I want to know for sure I'm staying at the same weight. I'm quite prone to gaining quite a lot of fat, quite a lot of weight. So I want to make sure I know for a fact I'm in my maintenance calories. I simply am not giving my body enough calories to be in a surplus and to start gaining weight again. So what I do is I do my diet, I go and weigh myself, I find out, I don't know, I'm 68 kg, 150 pounds, whatever. Then I go and find out my exact maintenance calories. Now this does take some time. You can use the body fat, the online calculator, to find out your kind of rough calories, but they're quite inaccurate. So what you need to do is for a few weeks, you need to try maybe the higher end of calories and see, am I going up in weight? If you're not going up in weight, then well done, you found your maintenance calories. If you are going up in weight, reduce your calories a little bit, try for another week, see if you gain any more weight, see if you lose any weight, see if you stay at the same weight. And yeah, it's kind of a trial and error process. It'll take a few weeks, but once you've got that number for the rest of your life, you know, these are the exact calories I need to eat every day to stay at the same weight. And for the rest of your life, you'll know, okay, cool, I need to eat this many calories and I will stay at the same weight. I will stay at this body fat. Now, genuinely, when I say this with full truth behind what I'm about to say here. People find it easy to drop the body fat. Everyone knows you just have to kind of eat healthy, move around a bit more, and you'll lose the fat, really. It's quite simple. Obviously, when it gets later down the line, if you're really trying to get lean, it gets a bit more difficult, but most people can do it. The thing is, though, most people can't keep it off because they don't have the plan for once they've lost the weight. If you think about all of these diets that people go on, they finally lose the weight, they lose 50 pounds, let's go. But there's never any plan for the 20 years after you've done the diet. What are you going to do? You're just going to go back to the same weight. It is so stupid, and so many people do diets, they just balloon back to their old weight. Sometimes they even go above their old weight because of the diet fatigue. So you're going to be fatigued off your diet. You're going to want to eat nice food. You're going to go and want to have processed foods. You can do that, but just do it while you track your calories. So you know, I can have a 2,000 calorie pizza today and I'm not going to gain any weight because I'm still in my maintenance calories. That's it. It's so simple. And I genuinely believed it was nearly impossible to keep the weight off. But once I learned you can just track your calories and you can know for a fact you're at your maintenance calories because you can't break the law of thermodynamics. If you're in your maintenance calories, you're not going to gain weight or lose weight because you're having the exact calories your body needs to stay at the same weight. And there is a lot of idea about genetic set point, etc. A lot of people say, oh, it doesn't matter if you diet, like it's just down to your genetics. If you get down to 12% body fat, but you know, you're someone whose genetic set point or genetic body fat percentage is 30%, you'll just go straight back up to 30%. I mean, sure. There are some people who are more susceptible to high body fat percentages. I would actually say I'm an example of that. I feel like if I just stopped training and I, you know, didn't care about my diet really, I would balloon up to probably around 30% because my body just, that's naturally, it just wants to go up to that percentage. But you have control over your body fat. You can be the one to say, you know what, sure, my genetic set point might be 25 to 20%, but for the rest of my life, I want to be 10 to 15%. I want to stay lean. I want to have a beach body. I want to look good in the mirror. And you can do that. You have the control to do that. So don't make anyone think that your genetics aren't good enough or your genetic set point is too high. It's a really stupid theory. It was, you know, created in the 1900s, whatever. It was this idea that basically you have your own body fat percentage set point that your body wants to go up to. That is true to an extent. Your body, when you diet and lose weight, your body increases your hunger, your ghrelin hormone, because it wants you to go back up to that weight you were before. Because evolution, you know, you want quite a bit of body, you want quite a bit of body fat percentage on you for the times where there's not much food, etc. But anyway, it's just not a good theory. You could get down to what body fat percentage you want. You need to find out what body fat percentage feels good for you. For me personally, when I get down to maybe 10%, I don't feel as good. My hormones start to crash a little bit. My sex drive goes down. My energy goes down, etc. But when I'm at 12%, I don't feel any of those problems. You need to figure out how lean you want to get, where you look good in the mirror, but you also have a good quality of life. You need to balance the two. Obviously, if you know you can be 5% body fat and look amazing, but you had no issues at all, then that'll be great. But I mean, that for everyone, that's not going to happen really. So it's probably around 10 to 15%. Find the body fat percentage that feels good for you, that you can wake up every day with a smile on your face because your physique looks great and a smile on your face because you actually have energy. You don't need to rely on caffeine. Your sex life is great because you actually have energy for it and everything's great, you know? So find your body fat percentage which is going to be good for you. That's really it. So you know how to drop the body fat. You just make sure you're in a calorie deficit. Usually you can just do that through tracking calories. It's the easiest way to know. Then obviously get into the gym, train hard, make sure you know you're going 3 to 5 times a week just to build muscle. So when you do drop the body fat, you look good. And then you maintain it by continuing to eat good, healthy foods 80% of the time probably, and 20% of the time enjoying yourself. But throughout the whole period, just track your calories and find out your exact maintenance calories where you stay at the same weight. Then you will know for a fine fact, this is my maintenance calories, this is how many calories I need to eat in a day to stay at the exact same weight. Track your weight, make sure you know how your body reacts to the calories you put in, to the activity you are doing. And for the rest of your life, you will know, okay, cool, this is the body fat percentage I want, I feel good here, I look good here, and I can maintain it quite easily. You know, if you're 10% body fat, but your calories are so low, like 2,000 calories for the rest of your life, probably not a good idea. But when you go up to 12% and you're at your maintenance calories, you're maybe at 2,500 calories. Well, that's probably a lot better for you. That's a lot more sustainable. So pick that. And your physique isn't going to look that much different from 10% to 12%. No one will really realize that apart from you. So get comfortable with maybe being a little bit higher body fat percentage than you actually want, just because it's going to be more sustainable in the long run. Simple as that. Now, there are 2 links in the description. There is the first link, which is the link to my aesthetic body course, which got my biceps looking like this. I know. Anyway, it tells you how to build muscle, how to get lean, the mistakes I made that you can basically avoid. It tells you about the perfect diet, etc. On top of all of that, it tells you bonus things such as how to stay consistent, how to stay motivated, how to take good pictures of your newfound physique. Then, on top of all of that, it has my exact workout and diet plan, which got me big and lean. And then on top of all of that, it has me doing the form for all of the exercises I suggest, doing them myself so you can see how they look and you can just get into doing the exercises I suggest and your form will be great already. And then the second link is to online coaching calls, a 1-hour online coaching call with me. It's so dirt cheap, honestly, and it is anything you want it to be. I will answer any question on fitness, on how to get healthy, on how to build an aesthetic physique, on how to get in shape. Whatever you are wondering about, I will answer. I will tell you everything you need to know about how to get in shape, how to build muscle, anything. Go and check it out. Link in the description.